What's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Driller, and welcome everyone to Impact Wrestling Review, the show from September 20th, 2019. Your commentators were Josh Matthews and Don Callis, and let's see. Oh yeah, that's right. They were still in Mexico City, Mexico. But yeah, just give me one moment, folks. I'm just trying to go through the all these recaps. The recaps notes here, so I could get to the actual show here. There we go. So let's get to it. Um, this show will feature LAX farewell, what pertains to their farewell match against Rich Swann and Willie Mack, which they end up giving them the main event spot there, to end the show. So we'll get to that later. But the opening show of this night was OVE, which is Sami Callihan, Madman Fulton, Dave and Jake Crist versus Tommy Dreamer, Rob Van Dam. Yes, he ends up being on the show. He remembers what show he's on. Rhino and Tessa Blanchard. So they're having a match, which is a street fight, and this was a pretty damn good match to open up the show. They didn't use any weapons yet until later on. A candlestick was used later on. But yeah, this ends up being a very good match, and in the end, it was Tessa Blanchard getting the win for her teams on Jay Crist with a crossface with the candlestick involved on Jay Crist, the X-Division champion. So Tessa Blanchard, Tommy Dreamer, Rob Van Dam, and Rhino gets the win. They stand tall in the ring, basically overcoming OVE. And there you go. We go backstage and we see Ace Austin, who's damaged, in a wheelchair with a sling and a neck brace. Alicia Edwards is concerned with her horrible acting. Ace Austin, with his decent acting, saying, I don't want to miss this. You're facing the Knockouts champion Tyler Valkyrie in a non-title match and blah blah blah. And Alicia Edwards is no selling him and all that. And then basically what pertains to being there for her and everything. Like, she's terrible. My gosh, she's terrible. And the storyline is terrible too. But then he asks where's Edwards, is he around? And she tells him no. And she says, "But look, I gotta get ready for my match, and we'll get to that." Jimmy Jacobs, he interviews the North, who are celebrating LAX's leaving. Yeah, basically, Ethan Page was carrying this segment here with a party hat, a piñata, and the party blowing thing, that thing. He gave the hat to Jimmy Jacobs, and you have Josh Alexander with his best expression ever. He's so annoyed. Oh man, it was funny, and it was pretty funny. All right, Tyler Valkyrie, the Knockouts champion, who's being carried by Johnny Bravo, as she goes up against Alicia Edwards. Match itself, it was alright. I thought it was alright. Well, I'm not saying it's alright. Meaning like I didn't care for this match. I just thought it was alright. What pertains to Tyler Valkyrie and Alicia Edwards were facing each other on Impact Wrestling, and I thought it delivered. Also, you have oh yeah, I gotta talk about this. Oh my god. So you got a doctor who's dressed up like he's getting ready to go on operation to someone. And I say to myself, you couldn't just have a a regular doctor, assistant, whatever, to just like a normal, still with the headgear, the headband, or whatever those doctors use when since going to operate someone, and then with the mask thing, that so stupid. But Johnny Bravo got involved. This led to Ace Austin, co-actor Johnny Bravo, because Alicia Edwards was down at one point. And then Ace Austin meant to say, goes back into his wheelchair, acting like he was hurt. And then in the end, Alicia Edwards makes her way back in the ring. Tara Valkyrie goes for her road to Valhalla and gets the win on Alicia Edwards. After the match, Ace Austin falls off his wheelchair. Alicia Edwards runs over and to see he's all right, and try to help him and everything. And then medical assistant comes down to help him back on the wheelchair. And this is so stupid. And I want to move on. So we go back to the North. Still backstage, celebrating. With other people backstage, represents to the blowing thing, what they use for parties and everything. And all of a sudden they ran to Rhino and RVD. So the North is talking to Rhino and RVD about why you guys standing looking all serious and everything though, and confused. This is a party. We're doing a party for we're doing a farewell party for LAX because they're going to be leaving and everything, right? And RVD, the look on his face was so priceless. It was like, oh, dude, what's going on, dude? Oh, this shit was so funny. RVD is so in the way he sold and carried this whole segment with him looking all confused and delusional. must smoke too much joint, or something that made him look like that. It was just so funny. And then Rhino, he takes the pinata away from the North, tears it up, and they both ran away. RVD was like, well, first of all, Rhino was pissed off because there was no candy. And then that segment to me died down a little bit there, and then RVD was like, I like parties. This is what I mean. RVD he carried. This is what I mean by RVD carrying the segment here. Just him just saying these random things, because he's hot. We don't know how RVD's character is. He's always high and everything. Oh my god, it was just so funny. But Rhino almost killed it in a way because here's a badass Rhino who's finally away from WWE. He's and he wants candy. Whatever. Shira, being accompanied by the Designated Squad, goes up against Cody Deaner, who's being accompanied by cousin Jacob, to say, excuse me. Match itself, Shira, not impressed. This made Cody Deaner look bad in a way. Shira wins. Moving on. The Rascals, they go up against basically the Rascals are Dez, Wentz, and Trey. They go up against some guy named Australian Suicide, Audrey, and Toscan. Don't know who they are, but the match itself was good though. But the Rascals wins. Nothing else to say about it because I really don't know much about these wrestlers, but the Rascals I know very well. But the Rascals won, so there you go. Moose. Now, I thought Moose was going to prove to everyone that why he's the world's most dangerous man over Ken Shamrock and everything, right? I thought it was going to lead to him having a match against someone, but instead it led to something else instead. So Moose was walking around outside of Mexico City, Mexico, and he starts saying, "Where's everybody at?" and everything, right? And then all of a sudden he sees three random Mexicans. And he starts beating them up. Like, what the fuck is this? One of them looks like he's middle aged. One of them who looks like he's in his 20s. Other one who looks like he's I think he's maybe close to middle age, whatever. I'm like, but it was so funny. Like it came out of nowhere. Like Moose started randomly beating them up. And I thought we were gonna get more of these in this, later on this in the segment. But it was just the one thing they did. It was only one time thing they did there. But it was so funny. Like Moose is just randomly beat up Mexicans. What the fuck? Oh my god. But I'm pretty sure some people have a problem with that now. But I digress. During Jacobs, he interviews Tina Dashwood. She discussed her long history with Ty Valkyrie, and they show photos of those two, from a while back. And Ty Valkyrie was the first opponent ever in wrestling, against Tina Dashwood. And she talks about how she was the first opponent that Ty Valkyrie ever faced. Like I said before, in pro wrestling, and she believes that she is, on that same level as Ty Valkyrie. So that basically, this is going to obviously it's going to lead to a match between, Tina Dashwood versus the Knockouts champion Ty Valkyrie for Bound for Glory. That's what's going to lead to. Based on what they did here, that's good. That's going to be the match. That's going to be the build-up match where it's going to be a long history of those two together from a while back. And it's gonna culminate at Bound for Glory, so that's gonna be the build up for the storyline, where it pertains to the Knockouts Championship. So, but that was good though. That was good, We get to a no disqualification match between Jessicka Havok versus Su Yung. So they're having this match. I thought it was decent for what it was. Basically, you have a chair involved, a staple gun involved, I was going to say Rosemary. I meant to say Su Yung. Su Yung staples Jessicka Havok's penis. I mean, not penis. I meant to say her vagina. My apologies. I'll actually think about something else. I'll get to that later. But it's kind of weird to where I just wanted to say it too. But yeah, I meant to say Su Yung staples Jessicka Havok's vagina. I guess you watched too much Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, I guess. But anyways, so yeah, there's no disqualification match and everything. In the end, it was Jessicka Havok winning the Tombstone Power Driver onto Su Yung. After the match, Su Yung gets back up because she's a zombie, in the way, the undead bridesmaid. Her and Havok continues to brawl until they go backstage, and then they did this whole thing where Jessicka Havok got the best of Su Yung, and she got a rope, tie her up around the neck, hanging her over the railing, and that was it. And basically, Su Yung was taken to the hospital. We'll get to what happened with Su Yung later. Oh yeah, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. What pertains to why I said penis. So Mr. Santos having a bachelorette party with some girls. Some girls I don't know who they are. I'm assuming they're friends of Mr. Santos in real life. We know that. Yeah, maybe a few party backstage personnel, whatever, And then we see someone like a Ty Valkyrie, Kiera Hogan, Madison Rayne, and she gotta remind everyone that she's the locker room leader. Alicia Edwards was there too. Can't remember who else was there. In fact, I don't remember Gail Kim even being in there. Whatever. But yeah, Ty Valkyrie, who hates Mr. Santos, Kiera Hogan, who doesn't like Mr. Santos, same thing with Madison Rayne. They're there at the party. Whatever. But Madison Rayne, she said locker room leader should get the first drink and everything. Like, fuck you. Who gives a fuck about you being the locker room leader? And Kiera Hogan was acting all ghetto, that's her character now. Well, that's always been her character, but the way that Impact Wrestling is booking her to being all ghetto is not is nowhere near as close as better than what she's been doing outside of Impact Wrestling in the past. So, and then Ty Valkyrie says she wants to give a toast to herself of being the longest reigning Knockouts champion in Impact Wrestling history. Instead of giving a toast to Mr. Santos, who's supposed to be getting married to Brian Cage. I'll say that the whole thing later, folks. I've got something to say about that. So then a policeman walks in, and this is where I met about the word penis from earlier, from during the Havok and Young match. You know, Jessicka Havok against Su Young match. So the policeman walks in, and the policeman revealed to be a stripper policeman instead, and he revealed, and this policeman who's revealed to be Joey Ryan, the king of dong style with his dick flip penis bullshit move, and as soon as I saw Joey Ryan there, I lost interest. I left. But then also in the Brian Cage segment came up with his bachelorette, with Tommy Dreamer and Rich Swann. And I see myself, wait a minute, that's it. That's all the guys that were there for Brian Cage's bachelorette party. Really? Oh, you would think that Johnny B. Trash will be there, right? Since they're Jedi Valkyrie being there before Mr. Santos. All these Darascos. I don't know. Just Tom Dreamer and Rich Swann. Not even William Mack couldn't be there, right? Whatever. But Brian Cage, you basically he was sitting there selling like he was in a good mood in a way. Like he's having that feeling, whatever. Tom Dreamer and Rich Swann looking at him, uncomfortable and everything. And I say to myself, what is this? And basically, it's just him sitting there, doing this. And I don't want to do it, folks. I don't want to do that. It was so cringy. But basically, it was Brian Cage, cheating on his diet by eating donuts. Basically, the way he was doing it, the way they reviewed it, but they kept showing him, making these weird sounds like he's having an orgasm, like a lady is giving him a blowjob, and then they showed him, he was basically loving the taste of the donuts. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I didn't like it. I thought it was cringy. And on top of that, this is your Impact World Champion, and you're having him in a segment where he's eating donuts, basically cheating on his diet in his bachelorette party segment. Oh, and the wedding segment is gonna be even fucking worse come this Friday. Okay. Let me talk about the wedding now. Why are they doing this wedding segment between Brian Cage and Melissa Santos and here's the thing too, I didn't know about this yet, folks, until I did some research. I did a research where it pertains to Brian Cage and Melissa Santos, where it pertains to this whole thing that they're doing this whole wedding segment. Because a while back, I heard they were engaged, before they got engaged, they gave birth to a kid to a baby girl first. I think it was a baby girl, if I'm not mistaken. But they gave birth to a baby girl, or I think again, I'm assuming it was a baby girl or a baby boy, but it was one of those two. They gave birth to a child, and they got engaged, and I didn't know they got married. But basically, I found out they got married already, back in July. So they've been married since July, this past July. And I'm saying to myself, what the fuck is the point of doing this wedding thing then, for next Impact Wrestling show? I'll tell you why. they're gonna drag on the show. That it's gonna be talking about it's gonna affect the entire show. This whole winning segment. It's been done in the past before, when it pertains to doing these winning segments on these shows. WWE is no better, but Impact Wrestling has done this a lot before. It's going to signal around this whole winning thing of Brian Cage and Melissa Santos. It's going to affect the entire show. It's going to it's going to be the most overrated thing ever on the show, and it's going to lead to OVE being wedding crashers to crash the party, to crash that wedding, and that's going to be the to make this rivalry personal between Brian Cage and Sami Callihan at Bound for Glory. I guarantee you that's what's going to happen, folks. I guarantee you that's what's going to happen. OVE is going to ruin the wedding of Brian Cage and Melissa Santos on TV, and I'm just gonna hate the show. Yeah, because I hate all the other shows that they did, what pertains to them doing these wedding segments before. For Impact Wrestling, even when at the time it was called TNA. Didn't like it then, and I'm not gonna like it now. So yeah, I believe this week's Impact Wrestling show is gonna suck. Because none of these wedding segments did me any favors of my entertainment values. But that's all I want to say, and we'll see how that turns out too. Also on that one, Johnny Swinger is finally going to show up. Whatever. And now the main event: Willie Mack and Rich Swann versus LAX versus Santana and Ortiz, being accompanied by Conan. And this match was good. This was a very good tag team match, a very good main event tag team match, to say the least. Didn't disappoint. Nothing but counters and false finishes in a way as well, and high flying as well in a way, and flips and everything. All that stuff that you'll be seeing in tag team wrestling, what pertains to their style of wrestling. It was pretty damn good. In the end, I knew that LAX wasn't going to win, because what pertains to Santana and Ortiz, they're gone from Impact Wrestling. They're going to be moving on to AEW, which is why they did what they did here. So Willie Mack and Rich Swann got the win against LAX. After the match, LAX starts saying goodbye. Willie Mack and Rich Swann starts praising LAX by saying goodbye to them, and then we had the rest of the locker room coming out. Not all of them, just for those I'll name, like Alicia, Eddie Edwards, who else? Oh yeah, Tessa Blanchard. I think the Rascals may have came out. I could be wrong. I'm assuming the Rascals came out. But they got LAX gets a send off. That was it for LAX. No more LAX, unfortunately. But once again, to Santana and Ortiz, good luck to them at AEW. I will still be watching them from AEW on AEW to help the tag team division for AEW. I will always be a fan of those two teams, so Santana and Ortiz. So I just want to say once again to Santana and Ortiz, what pertains to them being LAX and Impact Wrestling, to say thank you to the both of them for making Impact Wrestling's tag team division what it was for the last 3 years, I meant to say, and now we get to see what they can do. Which they're going to be doing very successfully on AEW's tag team division to make that great too. So once again to Santana Ortiz, thank you for what you did for the faction of LAX. Thank you for what you did for raising the bar of the tag team division and becoming tag team champions, one of the best tag team champions in Impact Wrestling history. So thank you to them both. And I will still be watching them in AEW. So there you go. And on top of that, they're going to be featured and watched worldwide around the world by everyone else once they get on AEW on television on TNT. So, but the show didn't end there. It started ending with Su Young in the ambulance with with these doctors doing CPR and everything, and they couldn't save her. They leave her, and she was just there, laying there in the on the bed alone, and then she comes back to life. Oh yeah, who didn't see that coming, right? Oh, swerve, Yeah, she's an undead bridesmaid. Of course, she wasn't gonna die. And what's this gonna mean at the end of the day? I don't know. I don't know where they're going with this, but whatever. And that was the show. Talking about wrestling for Impact Wrestling, the show from September 20th, 2019. I believe it was about 4 matches or 5. Alright. No, actually 6 matches. Yeah, 6 matches. Let me just double check though. That way I won't be miscorrected there. Yeah, 6 matches. And my overall showing for the show. And by the way, I don't remember what was the Impact Plus Moment of the Week. It doesn't even say here, so I'm assuming the one that was Impact Moment of the Week was the Raven versus Shane Douglas match, where it was a hair versus hair match. I'm assuming that it was that one. That was the Moment of the Week, or pertains to Impact Plus Moment of the Week. So there you go. But yeah, there you go. That was the show. But my overall rating for the show, I give it a 5 out of 10. In fact, I think I'll give it a 5.5 instead. I'll give it a 5.5 out of 10 instead. Yeah, this show was not the best show they could have done. I thought the show was decent. It could have been better, but I thought it was decent. Especially the stuff they did on the show here. I thought some of it was terrible. The Bachelorette thing, Joey Ryan, Brian Cage looked like a joke with eating donuts and everything. The doctors, the whole Alicia Edwards and Ace Austin, Eddie Edwards storyline there. Oh yeah, I remember now. Fallout Bob was out there, and TJP was out there. Represents to LAX, their other, farewell and everything. So I remember seeing them there too. So yeah, there you go. But yeah, there you go, folks. That's how I feel about the show, and it's gonna get worse now, folks, because here comes the wedding show for Impact Wrestling this coming week, and it's gonna be. If it's going to be what I think it's going to be, well, I know it's going to be that one. If it's going to turn out the way that I said it's going to be turned out, where since this whole wedding segment, affecting the entire show, you might get a 0 out of 10 out of me. But that being said, thank you all for watching, but we'll see. For It's Natural Born Thriller, saying peace on the streets. This was your Impact Wrestling Review, the show from September 20th, 2019. So until next time, we'll return to the Impact Wrestling Review, which is going to be the wedding of Brian Cage and Melissa Santos, even though they got married back in July. I'm out.